Welcome to Monday Night Live, the weekly training that guides professionals to financial prosperity. Join our community and let's start building your wealth.
All right. So a couple things tonight. We've got actually a lot to go over. So let me just pull this out so I have it right in front of me. But the two main topics are we're going to go over BoldTrail. As many of you know, KV Core has been released BoldTrail. So thankfully, they look an awful lot alike. If you've never used KV Core, you are in for a treat. This is if you don't have that system, it basically again taken over by BoldTrail. And I don't know if BoldTrail bought KV Core or whatever that was behind the scenes. I don't really pay attention to that stuff. I just focus on what you guys are using and what you need to be productive. But in any case, the functionality is pretty awesome. So real quick, raise your hands here. Who, by the way, everybody that's a guest here, um, we have a choice of three CRMs here at EXP: BoldTrail, Close, and Lofty. A lot of people are familiar with Lofty. It's gotten pretty popular. I got nothing against it. It's a great system. I looked at it. It's BoldTrail is best for some people. Lofty is better for other people. Close, I know nothing about, but you can research these things. What I can tell you is uh, we went from a system, we being the team level, called Infusionsoft that was bought by Keep. That was the Cadillac. It's the best CRM out there, bar none, for any and all businesses. And I know the guy that started that business a long time ago, and he eventually sold it for several $100 million. It's one of the nicest guys you could ever meet. But that system, it even knew what you were thinking. It was incredible. So we moved from that to KV Core, because KV Core gave us everything that we needed, carte blanche across the board, every single thing we needed. Okay. Um, and this BoldTrail is a replacement of that. So back to my question. Raise your hand if you're going to be using BoldTrail. Just let me see your hand raised. This is why. So if your camera's not on, we're going to have your camera on. Okay. All right. So BoldTrail. Now that's almost everybody that has a camera on. Now who's opting for Lofty? Anybody opting for Lofty? Okay. Now we'll see people turn their cameras on. I guess you could hit the raise your hand button. Um, Okay. Now, has anybody chosen Close, the third platform? I don't see a single hand. I'm sure it's a great system. It wouldn't be offered if it wasn't great. I just don't know anybody that's using it. But we're going to go over BoldTrail tonight, high level. I just want to show you where to find things so you can navigate. Okay. It's got some awesome technology, especially when it comes to listings. The other thing I want to show you is the platform called Accelerate. Now, some of you are on Accelerate. Okay. And some of you are on the team and you're not on Accelerate, and I think you should be. Now you I can get you in under certain circumstances, okay? But what I want to do is showcase it to you so you can see why you should pay attention to it. Right? It's an amazing platform. And the good news is our leaders have built it, and us other leaders have paid for it for people on our team, so you don't have to pay for it. Okay. And it's it adds up, but it's worth it. um so let me get some water here real quick. Okay, just a couple of quick notices here. First thing is, every week, you guys might remember Ryan, who's one of our VAs, makes a post to the Global Investor Agent Team Facebook page. And what we're asking everybody to do is go out there to find that post and like, comment, and share, because we're trying to figure out the algorithm right now that Facebook is using. So last week, more people did do that. So we really appreciate it. So what I'll do is, when we're done with the teaching tonight, I'm going to have you guys hang on. I'm going to have you go into your Facebook pages. I'm sorry, you're going to Facebook, go to Global Investor Agent Team, and you're going to see the post out there from Ryan. It's always a question that he's asking, and you'll see it's just posted today. And if you could like, comment, and share, we'd appreciate it, because guess what? If we learn what we think we're going to learn and it works, who are we going to give that to? Are we going to keep it to ourselves? Are we going to sell it on the open market? Or who are we going to give it
How
to?
about you give it to us?
Bingo! You guys are going to get it. So it's really in your best interest to participate when we do these things on Mondays, just remember, go in there sometime after dinner if you want. Log into Facebook, go to the team page, like, comment, and share. And we're gonna after a while we're gonna give you guys the statistics and all that stuff. Okay, that's the first thing. Um,
Woohoo.
let's see here. What's that? Oh,
No, I was just
let's see here.
cheering. Enjoy.
Oh, thanks, PF. Um, all
Eric, will
right,
you promote
I
me?
got a big I got a big tip today, a big pointer. Um, who here has been concerned about calling people on the phone, being concerned about the do not call list? Like you don't check it, but you're afraid you might get dinged, something like that. Has anybody ever been given a slap on the wrist for calling somebody that's on a do not call list? Has anybody ever had that happen?
I haven't
I've
gotten a
never had it
slap on
happen,
the
and
wrist,
I've
but I'm
called.
concerned.
Yeah, it's never happened to me
Yeah,
too, but I
well,
was
I've called.
concerned. I was trying to find a way to actually find how to check if someone on that list or not.
Yeah, there is an actual federal a government sponsored website. If you Google "do not call" list, there's a registry. You can sign up for that, but Aurora at EXP, you can we could probably have you use it if you're not yet at EXP, but it's called EXP Dial Safe. Okay, and you can use that. It's one of the benefits we get. But I've got a really neat little tip for you. Okay, when you call somebody that you've already sent something to in the mail, is it still really a cold call? I'm just kind of want to get your opinion on this. If you think it's a still a cold call after you send somebody something in the mail, do a thumbs down. And if you think it's not a cold call, do a thumbs up. If you think it's okay to call them after you sent them something in the mail, I think it's thumbs up. And I got an even better tip for you. Okay. Would you consider your phone call a business phone call? I mean, you're in business to help people buy and sell homes, right? Absolutely. And by the way, I'm just going to throw this out there. I did look at all the instructions that came out last year or the year before. Absolutely 100%. The focus was clearly on people using automated dollars. That's what it was all about. And we don't really advocate that anymore anyways. It's just not necessary because when we do our lead sourcing properly, we're not getting files of 1,000 people or even hundreds of people. We're getting files of like 20 to 50 people, and you should be calling them one-on-one directly. Okay. So when you use your own personal cell phone, not a third-party number, not an auto dollar number, your own personal phone, and you're calling someone else directly one-on-one for the purpose of helping them buy or sell a house, I consider that a business call. And so what I recommend is when you call somebody that you're fearful that it could be considered a cold call, always begin a conversation. Hi, I'm Gary Wilson. This is a business call. And then go right into your presentation. Call it a disclosure, right? And I've never heard of anybody ever getting in trouble for doing those steps, sending them something like a letter first, calling from your own personal phone one-on-one, and right away disclosing that as a business call because technically it is, you know. Now they can make the argument it's personal because it's about their personal home. I'm not going to argue with them. I'm just going to tell them this. I'm making a business call. You know. So, any case, that should help you get a little bit of relief there. But if you ever are really concerned, just use the EXP dial safe. Okay. Um, okay. Any questions on that, guys? So I know that comes up periodically. You know, people have questions, comments, concerns. Um, I'm happy to address them if I'm able to. Anything we don't know, we know where to go get the answer anyway. So if you do, if you want to type it in the chat box, that's fine too. Um, okay, let's see here. Well, sometimes I can't even read. Oh, I got a clarification. Okay, last week or 2 weeks ago, sorry, I was showing you notes from a conference I had in Calgary that had agents and brokers from all over the US and Canada. And Nancy Braun, who's one of our colleagues down in Charlotte, has a brokerage, she has property management. She and I become pretty good friends. I met her husband. I mean, they're just awesome, awesome people. And she knows how to hustle. She knows how to build business and get things done. And they travel overseas like every month. It's crazy. But in any case, remember I was suggesting, based on what I thought I heard from her, that if you want to get found more in Google searches, you should take any review you've ever had, any testimony you've ever had, put it in a spreadsheet and load it up to, at the time I said Chat GPT is a CSV file, but that's not what she meant. What she meant was load it to Google. So you should have a Google business page. All right, to show of hands, or who here has a Google business page? You can either just raise your physical hand or do the hand raise on the, okay, excellent. So what you can do is there's sheets you can load. And you can even start it over if you want to, but I highly recommend that you upload every review and testimony you've ever had into Google Sheets, okay? Because when someone searches for, give me the 10 best agents in Honolulu, give me the 10 best agents in Boston, you're going to show up a lot more readily when your data, when your reviews and your testimonials are easily searchable because they're already loaded into Google. It's fine that they're on a website. I've got mine on a website, okay, searchable. But when you have a Google business page, Google's going to reward you, right? Because you're using one of their products. They want you to use as much as they've got. And the more you use, the more juice you're going to get. So that was the clarification. So I have Ryan doing ours for us, and we'll be able to report back on that maybe as early as next week. Speaking of Nancy, let me bring this up here real quick. Let's see. All right, let me do a share screen. So I met with Nancy on Friday. She and I are meeting every Friday for the time being. And she gave me one of her prompts that she feeds to Chat GPT to get a really nice market update. So on your CRM, it doesn't matter what brokers you're in, chances are you've got a CRM that your broker provides you and gives you all the automation, like when it comes to listings, um, interfacing with social media, and really one of the fundamental ones is like a market update that you can do weekly, bi-weekly, monthly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give this to Sugar and have Sugar put this in the email tomorrow that goes out with the recording of tonight's class. Okay. But if you want to take a look at this real quick, remember she's in Charlotte. So you want to, when you're dealing with Chat GPT, make sure you give them the correct parameters for you. In other words, you can copy this and take the questions that are in there, but you want to make sure that it reflects your area. So for example, right here is the prompt. Prompt to send Chat GPT. She does this every morning. She does a daily market update, and then she creates a post that goes out there every single day. So Chat GPT, give me today's Charlotte, North Carolina real estate market update, including new residential listings or price drops in hot neighborhoods. And she puts in parentheses, South End, which is where she is, Plaza, Midwood, Noda, and Valentine's. Actually, I've taught there before. Rental market activity and all these things are in here that you can use now. I highly who does anybody here do do you do like a daily post or a daily market update in your market? You're still muted, Aurora.
Who are you talking to, Gary?
Aurora.
Oh,
Yeah. Aurora Gunko. So she's Jessica invited her to class. Actually interviewed her and everything. So, yeah, I'm not sure why you're still muted. Ask to unmute. I don't know if that's going to help.
Yes, hi.
Oh,
I
there
don't
you
know.
are.
I couldn't admit. Yeah, thank you. What was the question?
So do you do like a daily update for your followers?
Yeah, just a market update I normally do once a month, to be honest, because the market
Okay.
is not changing so quickly, especially if just for followers, not like people who are actually in real estate. So I do normally one post about market updates once a month, usually by the end of the month, like I did once in the end of July.
Okay, good. Is that from your CRM or is that something you do yourself, like manually? You send it out to your database.
Yeah, so I use MLS actually because they provide a lot of information what's going on in the market for the last months. And I also use GPT chat for helping me to use all other data that's available out there. So I normally would take MLS information, add it to my GPT chat bot, and ask to research all the data, do a deep search to see what other website will tell you what's going on in the market, specifically in my state, and then come up with the post.
Excellent. And then, do you use the pro version, the paid version of ChatGPT, or just the basic version?
I use a paid version, but I used to use a free version as well, and it was the same thing. Just in the free version, you didn't have as much research available. It's only, I believe, like 10 times you can do it. And then you could, but in the paid version, you can do it as many times as you want. And what I like about paid version is like, I create a bot that remember what I do, so I can directly ask him to do the same thing every time without explaining what's exactly needed. And the ChatGPT also provide graphs, like a picture that I like to add to a post.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, that sounds good. Yeah. Once a month is what most people do. You know what you may try just for fun is do like go ahead and you'll get this tomorrow in the email or tomorrow. Go ahead and try the daily for a week. Don't send it out, but just see if you notice a if you can perceive a difference in the results for 5 days. Like do it for 5 days and see if you because there's a lot in there. It's like everything, new construction, rental information, investment information, property management information. Um, there's a lot in there that most like the canned monthly routines, like we have those too, and they're really just about what's active, pending, and sold, just the basic stuff. But if you can give them like if you have investors out there, you can throw in investor activity on the rental market, property management updates, new regulations, things like that. It I I think it would probably give you a lot more traction. I think more people would you would stand out from the crowd more.
Mm-hmm. No, definitely.
Yeah.
That's all good
Yeah.
stuff.
Okay. Thanks for being such a good too, by the way. So sometimes I'll call on the guests more than my own students. Sure. You were really the first time you were in class, by the way, you were definitely engaged. I was glad to see that. So I appreciate you being here.
Thank you.
So you're welcome. Okay, so let's do this, guys. Let's go ahead and hop in the BoldTrail. Speaking of CRMs, um, right now, again, a lot of CRMs do look alike. They have a lot of similar features and functions. What I want to do is just point out where you can look for things. Okay. If you ever are stuck on something, just come to this dashboard when you first log in, come to the dashboard. All right. And if you are new to it and you really want to learn this platform and you haven't learned it yet, go over to the right where it says System Training Learning Portal. That's where I've got my mouse circling now. You click on Courses, Agent Quick Start. That sounds like a pretty good place to start. Okay. They have a training calendar you can look at. There's a marketplace webinar. So let's just click on Agent Quick Start. I just want to show again, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on each piece because we'd be here for 5 days, but I just want to make sure you know where to go look for things. Okay. So in any case, this is their products page. This is all their training. Of course, if you have it, you don't pay for any of this. It's all part of what you're getting from your broker, right? So in any case, quick start. Uh, there's a couple of those there. Um, task management, daily calls and task management. This is one, guys. If you haven't done this yet, particularly if you're on the team, I'm going to give you an assignment. Even if you're not on the team, just take a screenshot or write this down. I think based on what we're seeing in today's market, volume is down everywhere, more so in some areas than other. Like the Denver market, guys, it's literally dropping like a lead balloon. Okay, I know obviously, Hawaii's down, particularly Oahu. Um, so make sure you're using some type of task management feature or function. If you don't have it in your MR on your CRM, see if there's something in there. And in this CRM, it definitely is in there. Okay. But you can schedule yourself, you can schedule your calls with your people. And I'm going to give you an algorithm that will help make it here. So let's say you have 1,000 people in your database, 1,000 contacts. You want to rank them every time you add somebody. You want to rank them 1, 2, or 3, not like one they're better than the others and 3 they're not any good. That's not what that means. 1, 2, 3 means these are your circles of your sphere. So anybody in circle 1 are the people closest to you and you're closest to them. Okay. And in me, you should put everybody there. Uncle, aunts, cousins, grandparents, children, everybody should go there, right? Your circle 1 are your innermost connected people, right? The circle 2, the next outer circle, are acquaintances, people you know. You'd talk to them in the grocery store if you saw them, right? But they're not your neighbor. You're not going to invite them to the cookout on Saturday, anything like that. Well, I mean, you may, but you get the point. They're level 2, right? Category 2. Level 3 is pretty much everybody else. Sometimes you don't even know how you know them. They could be on Facebook, who knows? But the point is, you should tag all your contacts with multiple tags. One of them should be either 1, 2, or 3. So for everybody square on that, tagging your contacts so you know your inner circle, circle 2, and outer circle, circle 3. Well, now when you schedule your calls, keep in mind that your circle 1 people. Actually, let's do a quick quiz here. I want you to type in the answer in the chat box. For circle 1 prospects, what is the frequency that you should call them? Is it every month, every 3 months, every 6 months, or every year? Just type in the answer what you think it is. How often should you call level 1 people, circle 1 people, and then type in the answer. Let's see what we get here. Monthly, 3 months. Yeah, it's actually should be a range 1 to 3 months, at least monthly, and no less frequently than 3 months, 1 to 3 months. Everybody. So if you think about it, you may only have 100 level 1 people. That's probably going to be your smaller circle, right? So if you have 100 people to call in 3 months, that's just about a person a day. It is really easy to do. One person a day, level 1. Now let's say level 2 people. How often should you call your level 2 people? 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, annually, and type that answer in the chat box. Let's see what we get here. Okay, where's my chat? Here it is. Everybody must have butterfingers. Nobody typed in an answer yet. So circle 2 people. You can hold up your fingers if you want to. If you want to hold up how many, how the frequency of calling. It's by the month. Okay. All right. I recommend 6 months at the least, every 3 to 6 months. Call your level 2 people every 3 to 6 months. So if you think about it, you might have 300 people in level. Let's say two in level 2. All right. So 200 people in 6 months. That's actually still just a little more than 1 a day. So far, we're only up to 2 calls a day. We've already gotten through our first 2 levels. Level 3 people, you should call at least once a year, and that might be 600 people. That could be 2 people a day. So you're really looking at like 4 calls a day, because level 1 people you call most frequently, level 2 people you call less frequently, and level 3 people you call the least frequent. So phone calling doesn't have to be a daunting task, even with a database of 1,000 people. Now we know statistically, if you have a database of 900 people and they're real contacts, you've got name, email, phone number, right? And they're on social media, all right? You're connected there. And you contact them with that frequency, you should have all the business that you need. Okay. I don't mean just surviving, I mean thriving. You'll get direct business from them, and you get referral business from them, and you keep business from them. Okay. So this is why we take this so seriously. And if you're curious about tracking all of this, I'm going to hold off on that. Let me write this down. I'm going to show you our tracking chart that we came up with thanks to Louis Reset and Jessica. We have 2 tracking charts, one for production and one for attraction. So let me see. Actually, before I do that, does anybody have any questions so far? Anybody have any questions? If you do, please mute yourself or just type them in the chat box. All right, I'm going to find the tracking chart. Downloads. All right, documents, tracking. Here we go. Tracking, 6 month staging. Let's see. Okay, here it is. Let me go share. All right. I brought this up a couple weeks back. The reason you're seeing all these formulas with no data in there is because you actually have to use it at the monthly level first. So like January, I think it's still loading. Yep, there it is. January, then you got February, March, and so forth. As you fill these out, the summary sheet gets filled in. So over time, you're going to have an exact record of how many leads you generated, how many outbound calls you made, okay, how many people you actually reached. That's this third column. You know what their time frame is when you spoke to them, either whether they're listing to sell or they're going to buy. Their time frame is going to be either 3 months or less, 3 to 6 months, or greater than 6 months. You fill that in. How many appointments did you book? How many appointments did you keep? Okay. How many contracts did you sign? Well, really, that's going to either be listings or buy side agreements. And how many deals did you close? The reason you want to use tracking charts like this is, let's say you track your numbers for a year and you did 12 transactions last year and you want to double your production. Well, now you know precisely what you need to do to double your production. I mean, you can improve your game, you can improve your ability to convert people from prospects to actual clients. That's part of it. But the other part of it is you need to figure out how can you ramp up your marketing and how much do you need to ramp up your marketing and how much you need to ramp up your phone calls to get more transactions. That's why we do it. And by the way, you don't ever want to build a team until you can track your own production precisely. Because if you're going to build a team, you've got to know this stuff. You got to help other people. You got agents underneath you. You can't just wing it. You've got to know your numbers. Okay. So, in any case, let's get back to BoldTrail. Hang on one second. There I am. All right. Now, I'm going to actually let's just look at this real quick. I'm going to stay on the dashboard before I go down to other. I'm going to look at the contacts and show you some things there. Real high level. Everybody wants listings. That's the game. The agent who controls the listings is the agent who controls the market. I'm not opposed to buyers. I love buyers. That's how I got started. But getting on my buyers led me to getting more listings. Okay, there was a game plan there. So in any case, promoting your listings right here in the playbooks. These are all your playbooks. Click on that. Okay, and you can start a new playbook, or you can continue one you've already started. And I'm not going to go through it. I just want to give you the high level stuff here. How about gathering your sphere? We talked about having a database of 1,000 people, right? Now we have a on our team website, we have a tab called marketing, and in there gives you a real easy cheat on how to add people to your database, how to discover people, how to recall people that you know to add to your database. It's one I learned years ago and it still works today. Just go into the marketing tab on the team website. I'm not going to do it tonight because we're running out of time. And click on building your database. It gives you exact, precise instructions on how to do it, even if you don't know a soul, even if you've moved to a new area. Okay. Um, so in any case, that's building your sphere, working your sphere. It'd be good to see what's in here. All right. Whoop, right, it's the wrong one. Here we go. Go to playbook. Actually, let's just go ahead and let's open this up because I'm really curious because this is really where the rubber meets the road. Your database is your gold. I'm telling you, if you, in fact, this year, um, I made the commitment for any brand new agent that we're not even going to let them pay for any marketing until they've actually got all their contacts loaded and are contacting their contacts on a regular basis. Because statistically, on average, depending on, again, some markets are faster and some markets are slower, but you should be converting 10% of your database on an annual basis, right? When I said earlier, we know statistically if you've got 900 people, that means 900 transactions a year. Some will be direct, some will be referral, some will be repeat. How'd you like to have 90 transactions a year? You know, maybe a 2 or 3 person team. That's incredible. So in any case, fill in the gaps on contacts details. Obviously, really important. Remember name, phone number, email. All right. Capitalize on sphere opportunities. Right. That's your low hanging fruit. Reaching out to them. Again, I'm not going to go into these details. I just want to show you what's here. Okay. Most powerful asset with image or try new motion ads. I mean, this is, sorry. I just got an internet message. Hang on 1 second. Here we go. To build your pipeline, property boost. I mean, look at all this stuff that's in here, guys. If you've not used property boost on a listing you got, you're really missing out. I mean, I've never met a single person yet that did not like property boost. Okay. Um, it's well worth it. Listing hotline, lead Dropbox, call and text capture, your pitch sheet, bulk import, um, host a virtual open house landing page, IDX squeeze page. I mean, this all in here. Let me go back to dashboard. And I could spend time on all those, but we're going to be here all night if I do that. So actually, let's click on one more. Generate more conversations. All right, come on, computer. Okay. Talk to marketplace expert to learn. Oh, okay, you're going to have to get a meeting on this one. Conversation ready buyers and sellers. I would at least check it out. So let me go back here. Now let's click on, that was dashboard. All that was dashboard. Let's click on contacts. Okay. And I forget how many I've got. I've got 10,000. So I've probably got 10,000 plus in here. Some of these folks you'll know personally because they're actually on the team. Joseph Lee just joined. Jim Whiteside's just joined. I remember Bunny from a long time ago. She's not on the team. Lisa Watson's on the team. By the way, guys, Lisa is going to the Build event in Charlotte on the September 10th and 11th, and I'm going too. If you guys are interested, just look up Build Charlotte 2025, and I think it's like $100, guys. Or you can get the VIP pass for $300. So I'm going to get a couple tickets myself. But in any case, so we can click on, or I'm going to click on these two guys are pretty brand new. Let's click on Lily and see what we've been giving her. So you click on a contact, going to have all the contact information, but it's also going to show what we've been sending out. Okay. So this is last week, the email that went out after last week's class. That's the week before that. You're going to see a lot of those. Okay. And then every now and then, you'll see something different. Your invited money not live. That's an invite. That was a special invite because we had a special guest. Okay. So you can see what's in there. You can click on any of these, see what you put in there. All right. Actually, let's see. Let's click this one. So every Tuesday, sometimes it's Wednesday, this goes out with the recording of tonight's webinar, whichever week it is. Registering for if you're not on the team and you want to do like Silver Plus or something like that, registering for the next class, what's coming up in the upcoming classes. Okay. I always watch these motivational videos. I showed one last month on our monthly team call. Podcast, you can go there to look at this, click on the pod. There's hundreds of them. There's probably close to 400 of them. And there's this week's feature podcast, how to raise capital. In any case, that, I just want to show you all the things that you can do here. So if you go up here, right, you can click on all activity. You can add a note. You can send an email. You can add a task. Call Lily tomorrow morning, for example. You can do a voicemail drop. You can record a message, and you don't even have to. It goes right to the voicemail. They don't hear the phone ring, right? You can send a premium video, all right, and all these other features and functions you have access to. I mean, it's really an awful lot. Like, by the way, you can find people. Remember, this interfaces with social media. Right? So if you're an Accelerate, which I'm going to show you here in a minute, when we do post on Facebook, particularly paid ads, the contacts you get there are automatically through an API brought back into your database here. I just think that's the coolest thing in the world. So you can literally interface your CRM with social media, Facebook, Google, LinkedIn, Bokio. I'm not sure what PIPL is, but it could be up in Canada. In any case, all that's available to you. And by the way, what you can do is if you want to do it in bulk, um, let me go back here. Hang on one second. If you do want to do something in bulk, all you do is once the record is loaded here, I'm going to show you. Well, it's taking time tonight. Well, all you're going to just click on first name. Okay. Then you can click on more actions. You can add tasks in bulk for everybody you select. You can transfer contacts. You can send them to, let's say you're going from one CRM to another one. You can use that feature to take care of that. Okay. Add a campaign. So this is pretty cool. We don't have a campaign. So we have to load all of our, for those of you who are new to the team, our campaigns, the ones that we created for the team, they're all copyright protected. We've actually made them clonable. So you can clone them. Instead of you having to create a campaign for free, you can clone it. You can come in here, add campaign, get the token code from the team website, drop it in, and you've got voila, a whole brand spanking new marketing campaign loaded to your account in your CRM for you to use. 100% done for you, start to finish. I mean, you can literally take like the campaign for flipping, people that want to flip houses, 17 videos, have it literally dumped into your CRM automatically and select anybody you want to have receive it. I'm not sure, but I may have frozen BoldTrail because it's not moving for me. But that's it. I was kind of done here anyways. Show of hands, who here has BoldTrail, but it's not yet started to use it yet? If you could just in the chat box or give me you could give me a thumbs up on your screen there if you can do that. Whatever the case is, I just want to know if you have BoldTrail and not started using it yet. It's not nobody's in trouble, by the way. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Let's do this. Why don't we have some one-on-ones? I would say if you could please, the first thing we did was up on the dashboard, go to the learning, do the basic learning first, and then let's set up calls, one-on-ones, and we can go through helping you set up campaigns and that kind of stuff. Sound good? Okay, good.
Excellent. Yes.
All right.
So I have started
Good.
using it, and there's a lot of great components to it, and so many of it is free. It's pretty awesome.
Hi, I just want to take a moment to thank you for watching a recording of the Monday Night Live class. Hope you're getting a lot out of it. I'm sure you will. I wanted to let you know that, you can come to Monday Night Live whenever you want, but you can also participate more with the team. Why don't you set up a call with me, a one-on-one strategy call? I can go over everything with you
show you everything that we have to offer. For example, did you know that on our team, not only do you get your leads, we actually give you your own account on our lead gen system. So this puts you in control. You're not waiting on somebody to hand you leads. You get to pick the ones you want. Okay? Huge difference. We have 21 of our own proprietary marketing campaigns. They're all copyright protected. We're the only ones that can use them. Okay? The coaching is absolutely one-on-one. We got 3 coaches. We even have a 4th success coach that we have access to. Okay? One of left fewer than 100 in the world. Okay? One-on-one coaching. Right now the big problem is volume. We need more transactions. We need more inventory. I get it. Well, we know how to get it. Our team actually outproduces the national average by more than 2 to 1. So if you're struggling, don't do that anymore. If you're a solo agent, if you're a team, let's just talk. Smart entrepreneurs are always open to discussion. Learn what we have to offer, and then you can make an informed decision about staying where you are or moving on. You got to decide, if you're not where you want to be, you've got to take action to get where you want to be. Let's see how we can help you do that. I look forward to talking to you. Click on the link, set up a call. And by the way, I'll see you on the next Monday Night Live.
Yeah, I love it. I mean, we got a great deal there when we got that. Okay, any questions on so far what we've gone over? Because I have one more platform I want to show you. We've got about 15 minutes to do it. But everybody okay so far? Just give me a hand raise or a thumbs up if you let me know you're okay, and I'll check the chat box too. Let's see. My fave is the scheduled mass emails. I just got one while you've been talking. How do we choose switch CRM? So Lisa, did you get a lead responding to one of your campaigns?
Yeah, it just came through right when you were talking, and it's fantastic. I mean,
Good.
I messaged him back right away, and he thanked me for the auto text that went out when he registered from the ad, and told me exactly what he's looking for and everything. So now we're corresponding, and I'll be talking to him tomorrow.
Excellent. Good job. Yay, Lisa.
It's just such a great
Make it-
program. You can't beat it.
I know. I'm blown away when I think back to just even 5 years ago, what we were using before that. I mean, I'm not going to knock any other platform. I was on top producer for years. A great program. I love it. But here we can see when people open our emails. I couldn't do that in top producer. I couldn't clone campaigns. If I wanted to take somebody's marketing campaign, I had to build it inside my own CRM. Here we can just clone them and it just dumps it right in there. It's amazing. So, well, what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to bring up Accelerate. So hang on to your seats here. And we'll spend a few minutes on this. So, Accelerate is a separate program that's not really sponsored by EXP. It's sponsored by our Honey Badger group that we're in. And thankfully, those guys, Jay Kinder, Michael Reese, Albie Stasek, John Kitchens, Woods Davis, thought enough of us to build this for us. And there was a year-long project to build it. They kept it in secret, and we were getting ready to have our own much smaller version of this last fall when they announced it in December. And I didn't even listen. I didn't even look for the presentation. I just signed up for it and bought the whole thing for you guys. And good thing we did because it goes into some more implementation level, hands-on techniques. In other words, so I just like on BoldTrail, we just mentioned that we can interface with social media and collect the contact data that we get from social media like Facebook into our CRM automatically through an API, right? Well, what we're getting in, for example, inside Accelerate is multiple platforms. Accelerate is actually 4 different platforms. One of them is Funnel Pilot. Okay. In fact, I'm going to well, this should be loading up here. It's trying to load anyways. Funnel Pilot is a marketing platform It's a set of marketing campaigns and training, group level training and one-on-one training. So this is important. You're going to learn how to create content, how to create a Facebook post directly from the coaches in Accelerate. There's like 4 coaches altogether. Jay, Harley, Holly, and Jeff. Okay. So Holly does branding. So in Accelerate, once you have some traction on Facebook, you're putting content out there, you're people are liking and sharing, you have some results to show. You're then going to have a session with Holly, one-on-one, to work on your brand. Remember, on our team, it's fine to have global investor agent on your business card and your brochures and things like that, but we want you to have your brand wherever you are. It doesn't matter where you are. It doesn't matter what state you're in, what city you're in. We want you to have your brand. And all you do is you reference that you're a global investor agent at EXP. Okay. The reality is those, I mean, just, PS here from Boston, Aurora's here from Oahu, Lisa's from Oregon. You'll have every reason to have your own brand. When we started this team, one of the premises is I didn't want you guys to promote the team brand. I mean, I want you to indirectly, but in your production, I want the clients to connect with you because of who you are. Does that make sense, guys? I want you to get the listings. I want you to get the transactions, and they go in your name, right? They go in your name. So you should have your own brand. And all you do is you leave off the word team on your business cards. Just say, Lisa Sears, Global Investor Agent. You could even say Lisa Sears Group, Lisa Sears Real Estate Group, Lisa Sears Real Estate Team. And then underneath that, say Global Investor Agent, powered by whatever brokerage, right? So, any case, the point is how'd you like to have somebody one-on-one guiding you and coaching you to have your own brand? Well, I just did mine. You should do that every couple of years, by the way. I know Lisa just did hers. So you do that. That's one person. Then you're going to work with a guy named Jeff to do content creation based on your market and your market data. They're going to create and customize marketing campaigns just for you in your area. And they're actually going to help you implement it. You'd actually get on a call with them, guys. They take control of your screen and they implement it. Your brand, everything. They go right in and you don't even have to do the work. You're going to be part of the process because you need to influence what they're doing as far as brand development because it's your brand again. But they're going to implement that for you. And when it comes to marketing campaigns, they're going to implement those too. Literally, hands-on, direct one-on-one implementation. Who would like that in your business right now? As opposed to you having to learn something and do it yourself where you're making all the mistakes. Okay. Don't do that. Just do this. Okay. So in any case, that will work for production. There's YouTube involved, of course, Facebook. Those are a couple of the key components. YouTube is huge right now. And everybody here should have a YouTube channel. In fact, if you don't have a YouTube channel, I want you to set up a one-on-one call with me and we're just going to do that one thing. We'll implement it right there on the spot on your one-on-one call. Okay. Set up playlists and the whole 9 yards. In any case, that's content creation and funnel pilot and branding. Then there's 0 to 100. That's also Jeff. It's basically helping you attract people. So the other part of it is there's production. The other part is attraction. How do you properly attract people the right way? Nobody wants to recruit. Nobody wants to be recruited. That's not what we do. What we do is we provide superior systems and platforms, and we don't just tell you what to do. We actually show you how to do it. And at this level, through Accelerate, we actually do it with you and for you, hands-on, one-on-one. I mean, you can't get any better than that. And we paid for it. You're not even paying for it. You have to pay for any ad. If you have paid ads, you got to pay for that. But all the work, all the development, all the content, all the training, group level training and one-on-one training is all done 100% paid for by us. So, and I promise you, I'm not tooting my own horn. I'm just telling you this, guys, because I built the team and I'm running the team. And I can tell you right now, there's a good number of you that aren't even using this stuff. They're not even using it. And I can tell you by looking around, I know who has the production. Lisa just got some transactions, listings, and sales. Chastain's getting them regularly. You know, Kathy Urick got some. I mean, Madamon's got some. I'm telling you, the implementation part, execution is where the rubber meets the road, and that's usually where people stop short. They actually don't execute at all, or they don't execute properly. You now have a solution because you're going to have these people implement with you one-on-one, hands-on, done for you. Okay. So, in any case, my platform just got started over again from scratch. In fact, they don't even have my seats in here. I don't think. Your dashboard, contacts. One of the people in my downline, I gave them the link to set up their Accelerate account, and for some reason they were putting my information in instead of their own information. I have no idea why, and they had to start me over from scratch. But that's okay. We got everything ready to load up. Um, Here we go. Here's contacts loading. I'm going to show you actually. Instead of doing that, I'm going to go to the Accelerate community. This is going to make a lot more sense. What I'll do is I'm going to spend 5 minutes on this, and then we'll open up for some Q&A. Okay. By the way, that chart that I showed you a moment ago, this one here, that went out in an email, the after class email, I think 2 weeks ago. So look at that email, go back to the one from after the class of the 14th, and you should just see this chart in there. Okay. I just want to remind you of that. But back to here, I apologize for the slowness. I'm going to close out some of the other sessions here. Can't close out
That's because
Facebook
you
because
have
we're live
so
broadcasting
many
there.
records.
Well, yeah. Well, we didn't load all 10,000 up here. We just loaded, I think, either 350 or 800. I can't remember which. Because that's my level. 350 is the inner circle, 800 is the next outer circle, and the bigger circle is 10,000. That bigger circle, by the way, used to be 70,000, but we clean it up every year or so. Okay, so let me start here with Funnel Pilot. You see, there's a community right now. There's 475 members. These are all the places, all the posts that people are making. Events. So every day, we have a team huddle every day, just us guys, right? We have the weekly class, which is tonight, Monday Night Live. We have a monthly team strategy session. That's the second Wednesday of every month. Now on Accelerate, because you've got another layer of coaching and one-on-one, it has its own platform, and they have daily events. And I have no idea why this thing is still freezing up on me. And I've basically got rid of a bunch of stuff. Let me get rid of some more. Let's see if that'll help it. Well, in events, guys, I apologize. My internet's just really crapping out on me tonight. It gives you a calendar of the daily sessions they have and the weekly sessions they have. And each calendar box has the link for that class, that event. I call them classes. That's in there. And under the learning tab is where you have all of the learning content. And thankfully that's starting to load a little bit. So in Funnel Pilot, there's Funnel Fridays. And I think, does anybody know if Funnel Fridays, is that still open to the public? Or is that now just us guys?
I think it's open to the public.
That
And
that's
he
good. I'm glad
goes
to hear that because
through,
that's a great.
he builds a funnel for BoldTrail, and then he switches to Lofty
Mhm.
and builds one for Lofty, so that depending on what you're using, you can, and then anybody who's using something else has seen it built twice. They know how to do it on their own CRM.
Nice, awesome. Thanks, Lisa. So that's good news. I like this class. We opened it up to the public a couple years ago. It's a great thing. In any case, here's quick start onboarding if you're using BoldTrail, and quick start onboarding if you're using Lofty. They don't have it for for close. Close is the third one. I'm gonna go over to accelerate. Now this one is really more primarily focused on agent attraction. So even that's not loading up the events. But under learning, you can see now I've got stages 3 through 8 and stages 1 and 2 should be in here. The other are down here. So stages 1 and 2 is where most people are. You're kind of getting started up through your first year or 2 or 3. Stages 3 through 8 is your more advanced. And you click on that, all the learning is in there. So I'll just click on this one here. So in addition to the one-on-one you get with these guys and the group level, you also have a community that you can communicate with online. Of course, you share each other's contact information. We do recommend that you pair off and have an accountability partner, one-on-one that you meet with. I suggest you do it every single day. I meet with Andre once a week on Mondays, and I meet with Gina once a month, first Monday of the month. Um, and I meet with Harley bi-weekly. So I've got 3 accountability partners I meet with on different frequencies. You don't have to have that many guys, but you should pair up with somebody. In fact, if you're ever interested and you see somebody on a call that you think you might be able to connect with, I would put in the chat box, message them and say, hey, would you mind if I talk to you about being an accountability partner? Doesn't cost anything. 10 minutes a day. That's all you do. 10 minutes a day. Um, particularly those of you who are in similar areas. So Aurora, um, Mark Phillips, he actually did join. He's actually on tonight. At least he was a while ago. And Lisa also is from Hawaii. She lives in Oregon now, and she's looking to get back there next year. Different island. Lisa, you're not going to go back to. You're not going to Oahu, right?
I go there to visit, and then I go home to Maui.
Yeah. Maui. There you go. Yeah. So, but if you're in the like in Georgia, and like there's Kendra, Jessica, several people in Georgia, connect with each other. Same thing with everybody, wherever state you're in, there's usually more than one person. But in any case, back here to the learning, you can see all the recordings. Okay, going back to when they started. All right, and then the basic instruction. I'm not going to click on resume course. I've actually done it all. But because they had to recreate my platform, it looks like I haven't done anything, but I've actually done all these lessons. Um, in any case, I just wanted to show you a little bit of the backdrop here. And this is something that is special. This is what I'm showing you here is not available through all of EXP. It's just in our group called the Honey Badger group. If you're outside the group and you're even outside EXP, you can still participate, but they're gonna charge you. It's not that bad. I mean, for some of the things I've seen, I mean, I love Brian Buffini, but his basic level is like $500 a month. I mean, we have that too. People pay me $500 a month just to have the platform and get a little group coaching. Silver level is just basically the platform, but you don't get the training programs, you don't get any of that kind of stuff. So all the other coaches had that stuff. Here, it accelerate. I think you can get like Funnel Pilot for like 150 a month or something. Even if you had to pay for it, that's a no-brainer. But if you're here in the group, you've got it. We pay for it. You don't have to pay for it. So in any case, that's Accelerate. Any questions on Accelerate? Anybody have any comments, or if you've used it, questions, suggestions? Because we're at 8:03 Eastern, and I'll hang on for a few more minutes if you guys want to.
Yeah.
But I'm happy to take questions. Let's see. Go ahead, PF.
So here is my silly question for the evening. If I was in your team, how would I find the email telling me that I have Accelerate? How would I know?
I would look for an email from Jay Kinder, because it'll be a welcome email. You could even type in the word Accelerate in the subject line, and it'll pop up any email that has Accelerate in it. and it's EXCEELERATE. It's spelled, it's their own unique spelling, you know. So actually,
And
let me go back there.
and it
Go
may
ahead.
be
Yep.
wise
Yep.
to look through the promotions and all the other folders that they may get filtered out. So I'll look for it.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah,
Uh,
you should
By the way, I'm in self-plans.
um
I'm
yeah.
I'm
They
I'm
really
trying
don't promote
to
it.
follow those of us who
Yeah.
haven't signed up.
Yeah. What's interesting is, guys, this their platform that you're giving you access to, do you realize Jay's the head of that group? He spends $85,000 a month on this. And you guys are getting it either for free or if you're outside, you know, 150 bucks a month lease for the funnel power part. Accelerate, go high level is going to cost you more. If you get that on your own, it's going to
Hey,
cost you more.
Gary.
Here we get it for free. You know, go high level is phenomenal. But what I'm getting at is they don't really promote it publicly, quite frankly. I mean, through individual Facebook posts by us, yeah, it get promoted, but they don't need they're not looking for other people to that's not what that's all. That's for us. That's not for them to go out there and make millions of dollars outside. That's for us to make millions of dollars on the inside. That's what Accelerate's all about. So if you're in, you would have received a welcome email. Welcome to Accelerate, something like that.
It says,
And
Gary,
I can find out. Yep. Hey, Andre.
yeah, the email, the subject line should say, "You're invited to Accelerate Coaching." I just set someone up on a seat today, and the email said, "You're YOU invited to Accelerate Coaching," and that's the automatic message that goes out once someone sets you up on the site.
Okay. Awesome.
So like I set this
Thanks,
person up,
Andre.
so the email came from Go High Level, but it came from my email. So it could be coming from yours, Gary, or I know if Holly or somebody set it up, it could be coming from Holly or one of the team members. But the subject line should say you're invited to Accelerate Coaching.
Awesome. Okay. So that's when you get the invite. All right. Now I'm going to try to find the one. Okay, here it is. All right. So let me share my screen here. So that's Andre gave you the one where you get invited, and I'm going to show you the one once you actually sign up and get approved. And that's what this looks like. Accelerate Coaching Membership Approved from Jay Kinder. And you can click on View Group and go to where we just were. Accelerate Coaching Membership Approved. So that's that. Okay. And I think, oh, I got one more nice surprise for you guys. Um, you know I have virtual assistants, right? I have three of them: Theo, Ryan, and Sugar. Theo on and off has been working with us since 2009. Okay, so I'm making him available to you guys here, right? Even if you're not on the team, if you're on this call, Theo is one of my virtual assistants. I pay him $5 an hour. You'd have to pay him. I'm not gonna, you know, I've, you know, I could do that, but I don't, you know, I've got to, at some point, we've got to have you guys, pay for your own labor. How about that? You have to pay for your own labor. So Tio is becoming available after this week. Now, I already know Jessica Martin's going to want to use them. I know Gina wants to use them. But what I figure, if 8 of you had Tio work for you, um, you know, let's see, what's 1 hour a day, 5 days, 5 hours a week. That's $25 a week. It's $100 a month for somebody who's trained to do SEO work, marketing work, all kind. He knows Go High Level, by the way. So if you're an Accelerate and you just can't, you're getting your records loaded up, getting everything set up, have Tio do it, right? For $5 an hour. Use them for whatever, an hour a day for a month. You'll be up and running for $100, right? And you can use them ongoing. You'd be happy. I tell you what, He's one of the nicest guys I've ever met. He's got an advanced degree. He knows software, he knows hardware. He's done web development for us. He's done everything under the sun for us, right? Now we finished our development last year. I kept him around because I thought, gee, well, I don't want to get rid of him. So I decided instead of having to sit idle, is to make him available to you guys, right? So it's basically first come, first serve. So you have to let me know, like when I wake up in the morning and I've got to call him and I've got to call with Jessica because she was first. I brought this up last week at one of the other meetings. Um, so if you want to be involved with that, you need to let me know overnight. So when I wake up in the morning, I know what we're dealing with. I know what to tell Tio. And you'll have a call with him. You have to have your own agreement. Um, and guess what? You don't even have to use a platform to pay them. You can do it through Venmo. How about them apples? They do the exchange rate for you and everything for free, right? I use something called Zoom, XOOM, and I get that for free because I've been with them for 15 years. I think they do charge you now. I don't think as much, but the Venmo, you can pay anybody in the world, and they do the exchange for you, the currency exchange. The people in the Philippines make Filipino pesos. Um, and here's some big benefits. See, if I had U.S. employees like I used to, I wouldn't just have their salaries, which were a lot more than what we pay the Filipinos, right? Like 10 times more or more. You also have to pay payroll tax, and you got to pay unemployment, workman's comp, disability, all this stuff you got to pay, right? And the payroll tax is the biggest one. You're paying as much as the employee's paying, Uncle Sam, and it's expensive. Well, with a out of country virtual assistant, in this case specifically the Philippines, you don't have any of that. What you pay them is what you pay them. $5 an hour is going to be right around 50,000 Filipino pesos a month. And I used to feel guilty about paying him. Tio was originally $3 an hour. And he told me, he said, Mr. Wilson, $5 an hour, I'm living like a king over here. I know virtual assistants that make more than doctors do in the Philippines, like $8 an hour. You're making as much as a doctor, you know? So to them though, that's like, 80,000 Filipino pesos. So they love what we're doing. They want some of what we have. They're highly educated. Their English is great. And I'm happy to help them have some of what they want in life. So in any case, that's pretty much the last thing I wanted to go over tonight, guys. If you can please remember to log into Facebook, if you can go ahead and do that, just take 60 seconds. Look for the one. Actually, let me find it for you. I'll tell you what one it is we're looking for tonight. So hang on one second.
And for the comment, you don't have to be very fancy. You could just say, nice post. And that's it. As long as there is some kind of
Exactly.
comment.
Yeah. Yeah. You guys, you know what? I might not be able to get into Facebook right now because I'm currently using it for the live broadcast. Um, hey, Tio, would you mind bringing up uh, Facebook real quick and go to the global investigation team? I just want to show people exactly what we're talking about.
Who are you asking, Gary?
Go to the Facebook Global Investigation Team Facebook page.
Me, PF. Okay. Yes.
Yep. And I just made you co-host so you can share your screen. Are you on a Windows or a Mac?
Oh, a Mac, but I can do it.
Okay. Because I don't know how to share a Mac screen on Zoom. I can only know Windows. But I just want to show people exactly what we're talking about here. Because we're starting to get results and I want to keep the ball rolling here, you know.
Okay. Here we are.
So, yep. So go ahead and scroll down. And it should be pretty, here it is right there, very first one. All right, why are home builders buying more land while slashing prices? Are they seeing something we don't? So you want to click like, comment, and share. We've already got a few comments. Thank you, Kathy Urk. I see that yours out there. Always remember to like it also. When you comment, do a like, a comment, and a share. You want to kind of do all three. There you go. And guys, that's literally it. You know, in less than 60 seconds, you could have this done and do something good for the team, which helps you. You know, the old saying, it's as this individual agent goes, so goes the team, and as the team goes, so goes the individual agent. So all these results we're compiling and we're testing all kinds of stuff, font, wordsmithing, you know, punctuation, colors, everything to figure out the algorithm, and then we're going to share that with you. Okay.
So
And
Gary,
you
you
should
have
also,
that.
by the way,
I'm sorry. You have that set up as
yeah,
just as a business like page, not as a group page to join, correct? That's what it looks like.
you can, yes. Yep. So I
Okay.
think the way it works is anybody can be on this. You know, there's no
Yeah.
limit. You know, it's not like you're capped off at 5,000 like the personal page, you know.
Right.
So
Yeah, I've done a lot with Facebook in the past before I was hacked and lost my whole thing, but I was just noticing that it
yeah.
says that there's a like button and it's not actually a group page, if you understand my distinction.
Yes. Yeah.
It's not a
Yeah. We
private
used to
group.
have a group. You could have a closed group. Yeah. Yeah. You can have a private group and open group. There's all kinds of things you can do, but if you guys could do that on these comments and anything on here that you see, if you scroll down to you again, um, we generally do 4 posts a day. What they're designed for is not really for us at the team management level. They're designed for you guys to like and share, like that one right there. From local hustle to national muscle. Um, you know, that's when you want to, you know, like, comment, and share. But all of those things, even if you just share them, that is a huge boon because we already pick graphs. We pay for a service that tells us what to do. So we do that. Um, we already have some, you know, some degree of certainty they're going to get some traction over a period of time. So if you guys participate in that, what happens, you also benefit indirectly. If Facebook sees that 10 people share this, then 30 people share this. Okay. What happens is the the post doesn't only get the juice on the page it was really posted. Everywhere where it gets shared, the sharing person also gets SEO out of this. That's why you want to do it, you know. So woo. All right, guys. I think my voice is pretty well shot. Any final questions or comments or suggestions?
Yes, one final suggestion. If you are like me, you have a personal, which is what you're looking at. This is my personal uh Facebook profile. Then you can switch over to your business profile and double like and share.
Exactly.
So now
Yeah.
you can look for a global investor agent team. And now you can like, comment, and share one more time. And
Exactly.
so within just a few clicks, you can help our efforts.
Yep.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Well, thank you. Thank you, PF. And thanks guys for participating tonight. And especially the guests, we love having you on, and hopefully you get a lot of it. You know, we appreciate your feedback. If you are a guest or even if you're already on the team, um, whatever brokerage you're in, really, we really love your feedback. Any suggestions you have for improvement. That's what this was all about. This is nothing to buy or sell here. It's just straight up education. And the more to participate, the more people win. A rising tide lifts all ships, right? So, okay.
And
All right,
Gary,
guys, listen, I hope you have a, oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
real quick
Yeah.
question. For Accelerate, is it something that's
Mhm.
gonna come to your email automatically, or is it something that you will have to do to engage it?
Yeah. What I'll do is I'll initiate it, Mark. So, Mark, once you're through um, the onboarding process, you know, with Sugar and the team agreement and all that, then I can go to Accelerate Leadership and put your name in that. I've still got seats available. So you're going to be okay, you know?
Okay, sounds good.
Yep. You got it, man.
Mhm.
Yep. So, okay. All right, guys. Well, I appreciate your participation again. I look forward to next week. Again, that's Athena Brownson. If you want to Google her, pretty awesome person, and we got her teaching next week. So good one to bring your guest to. Um, I look forward to that. I look forward to the one-on-ones. If you haven't set one up, remember we got to create what we call your success plan to go over at least bi-weekly. Some of you haven't done that yet. I'm going to help you create the plan. I just need you to set up the call. If you could do that, that would be great. I appreciate it. And we'll see you on the one-on-ones. We'll see you on the daily huddle, and we'll see you on next Monday Night Live. In the meantime, take care of yourselves. God bless you and all your loved ones, and have a good rest of the day.
Thank you for watching this episode of Monday Night Live. Be sure to subscribe to our channel and go to realestatewithgarywilson.com to join our community and start building wealth today.